like nursery and like the class 1, class 2, class 3, I was a very smart student.
All right.
Very. If I'm not number 1, then I'm number 2. If I'm not number 2, then I'm number 1. Like I was very good in lower primary.
All right.
But I can't pinpoint or tell you what happened at some point. But all of a sudden, I was on the other side of the class list. Like, you know, I used to start from up here, now all of a sudden it's, and you wouldn't even go for it. There I am.
Yeah.
So and there was this pressure of, first of, I'm a firstborn child. I'm a firstborn child. I'm the first grandchild. I'm the first great-grandchild.
Okay.
Yes. So there's already a sort of standard you're supposed to live up to. Because the others behind you are looking up to you.
True.
And the parents say, are you seeing what Koi is doing? Are you, I'm Koi, by the way, for those of you who don't know. But are you seeing how Koi is doing and stuff like that? So I was really focusing so much on trying to be a good person for them, not for myself.
Not for you.
Yeah, not for me.
Okay.
But in class 8, I did quite well in my KCPE. That I will give myself a pat on the back. I did quite well. High school came, oh my goodness. And it was so depressing because you're doing so much, but it's not paying off. And I remember on one of the parental clinics that we had, you know, in high school, when you go to the teacher, so how is my child doing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And one of my teachers, we went to her, said hi, so I was with my mom. And then immediately we sat down. My teacher looked at my mom and told her, look at your daughter. So my mom looked at me like, of course, I mean, this is my child. And the teacher goes, does she look like a student? And I was like, okay. I didn't even say anything. So even my mom was like, what? Yeah, does she look like a student? And it was because of what I was getting in school. Yeah, take a good look at her. Like she was actually she was expecting an answer from my mother, does she look like a student? And my mom was like, yeah, did you want her to look like a farmer? I mean, she has her uniform and everything, but because I was not doing well in the subject that she was teaching me, I was not a student. You raise up your hand in class, no, let me look for someone else. In Form 3, my class teacher came and he told, okay, you who are at the bottom of the list, stand in front of the class. And we stood there and he told us, now explain to the class why you're a failure. And you have to give an answer. One by one, explain to the class why you're a failure. Okay. Why have you been getting this kind of grades since you came? Like, are the teachers not doing anything? And I would go to the staff, guy, I would put in so much effort, but seeing what these teachers are saying is like, even if I put in effort, they're not going to do anything. Yeah, so it kind of creates a comfort zone of, even if I do so much, it won't pay off.
They won't see it.
Exactly, it won't pay off. So you just sit back, you're like, you know what, whatever comes, comes. And it was so bad for me, and I kind of withdrew myself from everyone. I don't know if my classmates noticed, but at some point in Form 4, I was not even talking to people. I come in the morning, I stand outside the class door, I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of people in this class. I know one of them will say good morning. You have to put that face of, you know, everything is okay. So you get in, oh, hi guys, have you guys done the homework? Like it's such a, you put this mask because you don't want people to know how you feel. And since I was very extroverted, I'd get along with so many people. I was the MC for our Talents Day in Form 4. So I was quite out there with teachers, with students, those Form 1s that have come, Form 2s, Form 3s. But it got to a point I could not hold it any longer. And this is towards KCSE. So since Form 1, you've been telling me A, B, C, D, and here KCSE has come.
It's just around the corner.
Your family knows you're doing KCSE, so they're like, we are praying for you. We know you will make it. So I don't want to say I was depressed because I wasn't, but it got to a point where I'm like, you know what, Koi, you need to find who you are. Because for so long, you're trying to be this person that people want you to be. And I mean, that's not me. If school is not my thing, and it's not, you can't, not everything is for everyone.
Yeah.
Someone can be a very good actor. It doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
This person can be a psychologist. You can't do medicine for all those years, like I don't know how many years, and be called a doctor, I don't know who. Yeah, so you need, it got to a point I needed to find something that resonates with me.
Yeah.
And that is how we have Koi as Gen Z today.
I mean, look at that, look at that. And it is a good thing that you were able to find, you know, that space. And of course, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, we want to understand, so then, how did you get to that space of finding yourself? And what was that like? Right? Eventually, finally finding out who you are and what resonates with you and where you thrive the most. But of course, Grace, I'd also want to hear from you, listening to her as well. And I think it's more or less the same what Alex was talking about, and that is identity, finding myself and understanding, you know, what are my strengths? What is it that people would appreciate about me? And, you know, growing in that sense. But I also